Hey guys, it's Wilma. Welcome to my video. I just recently finished up this self-portrait and I wanted to show it to y'all and talk through some stuff. So if you've been watching my videos, I talked about how I was kind of struggling with feeling confident in my work and confident in my art style and some stuff surrounding that. And recently I feel like I have regained that confidence actually, and it's really weird when you create a lot of art and then you kind of get to a point where you feel like, okay, this feels like it's my peak and I don't know how to even outdo myself anymore. And I felt like I got to that probably like a year ago or more, and ever since then I had kind of just tried to, I guess, get back to that and to make better work. Obviously as an artist you're always striving towards making better work and outdoing yourself and making something that's better than the last thing that you made. I have made a lot of art and I got to a point where I was feeling like I was at my peak. I felt like I had kind of found my art style and I was happy with everything. And then I hit a point where I was like, I don't know necessarily if the way that my art looks is how I want it to look. And so that's where all of the self-doubt came in, and I felt like I couldn't really outdo myself because I didn't feel confident in the work that I was currently creating. And I was kind of in that cycle for, I'd say, probably a year. I am now at a point where I feel like I've gotten out of that, and I don't know, I feel like it's a lot about a mental shift. There hasn't been any huge dramatic change in the way that my art looks, but I do believe that the art that I'm creating right now is better than what I've made before. And it's a really liberating feeling to have, and I'm very happy about it. Anyway, I wanted to circle back to talking about how I felt like I couldn't really outdo myself in my art in the past. I think part of the problem was that I was constantly comparing what I was making in the moment to everything that I had made in the past, which I don't know if there's necessarily anything wrong with that or if that has to be a negative thing, because naturally I think that is what happens with art. When you make art, you're gonna compare what you're making to stuff that you've made before, or maybe even take inspiration from past art pieces that you've created. But I think for me, when I was kind of struggling with self-doubt and confidence in my art and whatnot, the problem was that I was thinking a little bit too much about everything that I had already made, and I was like, how will I ever live up to that? Like, the stuff that I've made it just feels like I can't really do that again. And it's funny because now that I look back at the art that I was comparing my current work to, I don't feel that at all. I look at it and I'm like, I know that I could make work that is like 1,000 times better than this. But in the moment I was just like not caught up mentally with my improvement, if that makes sense. So whenever I would make art, I was probably still at the same level as all of my old work, which led to me feeling like I could not make anything better because I was still at the same level. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time in art to get caught up, even mentally, with your skills. And it might even take like up to a year, which is kind of what I feel like happened to me. But yeah, as I said, that's pretty funny to think about now, because the work that I'm currently creating feels like it's a lot better than what I've done in the past. And in a way, it kind of feels wrong to even compare my old art and my new art, because like that was a different time in my life and I had different intentions with my art and different inspiration, and it was just a different time, and there's no need to get stuck in the past. So yeah, I had like this complete shift in confidence where I was just like, I'm just gonna focus and be in the moment and enjoy the art that I'm making right now. And I think a lot of it had to do with that. When I actually was in the moment making art and just tried my best to focus on the art that I was making in the moment and didn't think about the art that I had made before, everything just went so much better, and I was able to create work that I was really proud of and also really enjoyed the process of, which is like the best place to be at. If you are enjoying the process and you love the results as well, that is like heaven for an artist. as for this self-portrait, I had some ups and downs with it, as usual. I wanted to do this self-portrait in a crown, and I wanted there to be some blood dripping down my face, which is what I ended up doing in the end. The journey to get there wasn't as smooth as I maybe would have wished that it would have been, but art is quite unpredictable, and sometimes when you make it, things don't really go your way, which is kind of what happened with this piece. But in the end, I was actually able to sort of execute the idea that I had in my head, which I'm very happy with. And it's nice when you're able to get to an end point where the results kind of match up with your initial idea, even though the journey to get there was not the smoothest. I've been using colored pencils a lot lately, which I think I figured out that I think that might be the technique that I'm the best at. I like to use graphite pencils and colored pencils, and then for paints I do acrylic paint and aquarelle paint. And out of everything that I've used, I do think that I'm the best at colored pencils. So maybe I should just stick to that. That's probably not gonna happen because I enjoy too many different techniques at the same time. Anyway, I kind of wanted this self-portrait to radiate some sort of mystery and confidence at the same time. And I think that I succeeded with that. It's always so difficult when you're trying to portray a feeling into art to actually succeed at it, because it's just very difficult. But I am pretty happy with how the piece turned out, even though there were a lot of complications. I did a background that I didn't like, so then I had to like erase the whole background and redo it, and I ended up just doing a simple black background because I have been enjoying that lately. And then I did like I was gonna do kind of like a metal tiara with flowers on it, but it turned out looking like actual flowers, and it was just not the vibe that I was going for. So I replaced that with a crown, which was my initial idea, and in the end I'm happy with how it turned out, even though it was quite a damn struggle. That is all that I wanted to talk about. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that I made sense. That I do not know if I did, but if I did, then that is great. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I hope you all will have a great day, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Yep, that's it. Goodbye.